Hey, Andy, congratulations to you. You know what? I thought maybe one of the two questions might stump even a football fan, because it's been a long time since Chris Collinsworth was a wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. One of the worst teams to ever make the playoffs. Oh, I wanted to say that for so long. Andy, congratulations to you. You are going to get a chance to go to the Phoenix Open, the FBR Phoenix Open, and that's Thursday. That's what the tickets are, so you better hustle down here to get them. David Lee, you've got not only a great job, but you've got a great product, a great service, but it also has a whole lot of responsibilities to it, because here you have these live cameras bringing live pictures to your staff to check out what the bad guys are doing in somebody's parking lot. It seems to me as if that's an awful lot of responsibility for one organization to handle.
It certainly is, and you know, the responsibility is also shared. Our end users, or our customers, tell us precisely what they're looking for, what they expect, and realistically, their set expectations is then shared. They're helping us qualify what we need to be responsible for, what we need to check out, and how we need to respond. So it's teamwork.
Okay, but before you start jumping to conclusions and say, well, I've got a security system, and you maybe even have cameras at your place of business, checking out the parking lot, checking out the interior and exterior of the building, but you know what? You don't have this system unless you've checked out David Lee. And the name of your company?
Iveda Solutions.
What's different about yours?
What's different is that we're actually there. We're not just a bunch of cameras, a bunch of box technology. When you invest in our service and technology, we have human beings there on your behalf.
As opposed to other surveillance systems?
As opposed to other surveillance systems that literally just record. And a lot of folks who have these for over the years kind of have high hopes that, you know, at the end of an incident, that we hope to have captured something. We're watching the damages after the fact. And with Iveda Solutions, we're there. We're there with you. We're making sure that, hey, let's prevent this from happening based on monitoring certain events prior to a break-in or prior to some loitering acts. So it's people working for other people.
Well, I've checked out the system myself on a couple of different occasions on your website. Let me let you in on that so that you're not confused about the fact that this is not the one that you go to Sam's Club and Walmart and pick up off the shelf. Iveda Systems, surveillance systems live. Watch this.
Security cameras still lose billions of dollars to theft and vandalism since no one is watching. Iveda Solutions catches criminals in the act because we watch cameras in real time. The bad guys don't even know they're being watched. Like those annoying graffiti taggers who want to decorate your building, or the guy who's stealing your car stereo. Notice how we can follow the bad guy even if he decides to swim to safety. We can do this by using cameras across this site, all from our remote surveillance center. We can call you or the police, or both, as events unfold. Most companies choose to record events and react to them after a crime has occurred or an alarm has been triggered. But Iveda Solutions, using real-time remote surveillance, proactively responds to situations in real time. It's the human interaction behind the technology that makes the difference and helps catch the crooks in the act.
So I just called about an incident, and I want to know if there was any resolution on that.
Your name?
Linnea, I'm with Iveda Solutions.
Okay, they arrested a couple of people. 3 people.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hold on just a moment. I just want to verify your location really quick. 1 moment.
I'm actually in a real-time remote monitoring. I'm in Arizona.
Oh, so you're not even, you're viewing this?
From a camera.
From a camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, sir. This is Officer. We do have the guy. Okay. That you called about? Yes. I'm going to go pick you up for a field show up, okay? You're going to pick me? No. I want to explain to the operator, I'm the remote monitoring service. I'm actually in Arizona watching cameras. Oh. Can you send the video to an email address? Yes. Thank you for your information. I will call you back if we have any questions. No problem. Thank you.
I'm in Arizona watching this crime take place, and the officers saying, okay, Iveda Solutions. It really was dramatic when the guy was swimming in order to make his escape, and you got him before he even got out of the water.
Yeah, it's he knows the officers are coming, and most of the time in cases like that, you know, the crooks actually get away. They're running free, and we take advantage of technology in real time and guide officers to the location.
Where was that, by the way, on the website when you were in contact with the officer and your staff member said, I'm in Arizona? Where was the crime taking place?
That was actually in Southern California. Yeah, so we called LAPD, and they responded. They don't have eyes everywhere. They were actually dispatching a lot of officers, but you can see the criminals were on their way out. They're running. They hear sirens, and that's the first thing they do. They either damage security on site, and they take off. And that's usually the norm. And you file your insurance claims. But with this, we're continuously working with officers in real time. Our technology allows and service allows us to share that image and footage by permission granted from the customer with local police agencies across the country. So they're watching this while we're conducting our job supporting them in real time.
And when I was looking at the website this morning at home, I was particularly impressed with some of your current customers. The national security system, for example, that we have.
Right.
And the fact that you have a number of major industries, and you also work for city governments too, right here in the Valley.
Correct.
Are you allowed to say which ones?
Well,
they're on the website, I guess.
Yeah, they're on the website.
Okay.
We started off with smaller agencies. You know, our hometown here of Florence. You know, town of Florence. We're cooperating with Mesa since it is our home corporate office. And when we're working with police agencies, whether here or throughout the region or across the country, at this point it's very more indirect, because I'm working on behalf of our customers, you, the private customers, the commercial, the industries, and by default, who do we call when there's an incident? We happen to always call the police. So based on that, we have this default relationship with police agencies across the country. But what makes this work is that when we make the call, when Iveda Solutions actually calls and reports on an incident, it's real time, it's verifiable, and we can share that instantly with the agencies, and it doesn't matter what geography you're sitting in. The data is flowing directly to you, and you can assess that situation all in real time.
I know what you're saying right now. I know some of you are saying, well, listen, I have a large warehouse, and I really would like to have it protected, the outside and the inside, and this is really intriguing to me. I may junk the security system that I have right now and go to Iveda. If you say that about your small business, just your office, where it is, and the fact that you want to feel better about it. But what about your home, and how much does it cost? All of those things are also going to be answered as soon as we revisit our guest, David Lee, Iveda Surveillance. It can be a part of your life.
Broken promises leave scars that never heal. Is it
Talking with David Lee, who is the president and CEO of Iveda Solutions, and this is a surveillance company that operates in real time. And if you're saying right now, because you're not in the surveillance business and perhaps you don't have a system at your place of work or your home, okay, well, why am I going to be interested in this? It's because the bad guys are out there and want your stuff. Like, for example, the really bad guys, David, that I just saw pictures of last night using the old-fashioned kind of surveillance system on the news. Picture of one of the guys that robbed that pizza restaurant, right, that raised several $1,000s for the funerals of the two kids killed by a drunk driver. And now everybody, of course, knows the story. Our hearts break for the family. The only thing we can ever do is to raise a little money to take some of the pressure off of the family. And these two guys go into the pizza restaurant and steal all of the money. What would have been different with Iveda Solutions?
Big difference. With Iveda Solutions, remember, we're your partners. Having our service means that you've got a buddy with you all the time. Whether you have us there for you 4 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day, or all day long, our people are watching. We're there with you. And with humans, you know, better than any software or any intelligent software that you might hear of, humans have better common sense. And when you hire us to be there with you, we're watching for things out of the norm. And remember, I shared with you that this is teamwork. You have a business, you know how it's ran, you know what you can expect from it. And you're asking us to do something for you while you perform the duties of your day-to-day. We perform the duties of our day-to-day.
So you would have watched these two guys in the pizza restaurant call the authorities immediately.
Precisely.
The closest precinct, I would imagine.
Yes.
And they could have been there, got the guys, and then the family wouldn't have been out. By the way, thanks to that private couple who also made up the money. I should tell everybody that extraordinarily generous people here in the Valley, and the couple saw that that loss took place and they wrote out a check. Homeland Security, what do you do for them?
We support a lot of grants. Indirectly, we work with Homeland Security by fulfilling specific needs and procurements. Police agencies or even human health services require certain drills and certain technology to stay in communication during times of crisis. So we've been able to support Homeland Security procurements and protocols and specs by our technology allowing you know, the different agencies out there to fulfill their communication needs, whether it's voice or video. We specialize in centralizing video. So what it means is now, you know, you have an outbreak, and immunization requires you to go to this church or this school. These are simulations. Well, now with the centralized video, when Iveda Solutions is involved, we can deploy video on the fly, plug and play, and now first responders or doctors from different regions can now support you know, folks within an area where they don't have to physically be present anymore.
Yeah,
and all of this is conducted.
Remarkable services that are available through contemporary technology. And your staff of executives, at least, came from the Silicon Valley, right?
Correct.
With that kind of technological background. But if you've got a staff of people and you're watching parking lots and buildings across the country, it sounds expensive as a system.
It is, and that's where it's expensive not only for us, but it gets expensive for the end user. This is what makes us unique. You mentioned our staff, our executive staff comes from experience of the internet era, from the .com out of Silicon Valley. What does that bring to us? Well, we have a very clear understanding of the internet cloud, right? We call it cloud computing or cloud technology. And what all this means is if you took care of everything on a local scale, you're talking tremendous infrastructure, hard box technology that is very expensive. So what we did was we took such infrastructure and applied it into the cloud, the so-called internet. And by doing that, you're now sharing or so-called co-locating with infrastructure where the expense is dispersed among other players and other users.
So even small businesses reasonably could afford the service?
Yes, sir, depending on the needs, yes.
What about my home? Now, I want to know if there's any possibility ever, now or in the future, that these kinds of live cameras could keep the bad guys away from my house.
The possibility could be tonight or tomorrow. So it's that simple, it's that easy, and it's that straightforward.
Do you have homeowners that have a relationship already? Because I know most of the website material is about industries, parking lots, malls, that kind of thing.
Yeah, at this point, to be frank with you, it's mainly commercial and industrial right now. And you know, our business owners are the folks that own the private homes, the vacation homes, and so on. We've had solicitations of, you know, hey David, I've got a vacation home in Boca Raton. Can you monitor that when I'm away? And so it all depends on your personal needs and desire for the, you know, the sense of security you need. But is it possible? The answer is yes. It's a matter of internet capability and what you require us to do for you.
There's right now 872,000 people who are saying, I want to know more. I want to make sure that I'm safe and that my wife is safe outside,
right.
The mall, shopping, all of those things. Where do they get the information?
They can simply go to our website, ivedasolutions.com, or they can definitely call our 800 number. I can see that on the screen. and we'd be happy to help you. I mean, it's straightforward technology. Everything is available. It's a matter of how do we integrate this and how do we make it work for you, and that's important.
I love it. Listen, as you are right now watching me just talk to you, what if I was actually getting into your stuff in your storage area or your parking lot, or breaking into your car in the parking lot, huh? Right now, you'd have Iveda Solutions calling the police, and then I'd be on my way to the slammer. It's really that simple. You have the phone number, you have the website. The website is terrific, by the way, all kinds of video. Check it out, but wait till after the show, because you know what? We've got music, we've got recording devices that you can use, and Curry coming up.
I thought she'd be there for me, then why did she lie to me, using me to get to my man? Then I couldn't believe what happened. No.